The other day, my husband came in carrying a tiny hummingbird. He had walked into his barn and it was just laying on the floor. He said at first he thought it was dead, but then he saw a slight movement, so he picked it up and he couldn't see any injury on it. He thought maybe the cats had gotten it, but finally figured out that it had got trapped in the barn and gotten too hot. So he brought it in the house to me, and it was limp and its head was just flopping from side to side, and I really thought that it was too late for him. So I mixed up some sugar water and I tried to drop a drop into the side of his beak and to get him to drink, and that didn't work. So then I just stuck his beak into the bowl and he took a sip, and I soon learned that he would drink for about 5 seconds, and that was all until the next time I tried to feed him. I noticed he had 2 iridescent feathers on his neck, and I did some research and found out that he was a boy. I googled to see how often they eat, and it said 4 to 6 times an hour, and I was happy that it said that he slept for 8 hours at night. So I started out trying to feed him every 15 minutes, and in the mornings when I got up he would drink a little bit extra, and it also said that they rested more whenever it was 90 degrees, and we had been having 100-degree weather and a drought, so I'm pretty sure he had gotten overheated and dehydrated. The first time I took him out, he still looked like he didn't feel good, so I brought him back in. When I was going to try to release him, I would be sure I fed him extra, and I decided that I would release him in the morning so that he could locate a food source before dark. The third day we went out, we set him on a stick, and he seemed to really like that, and I got to thinking, well, he probably always lands and sits on a branch, so that evening we brought him a branch back inside. I worried that I was making him weak by keeping him in the little bug catcher, so I took him to the extra bathroom and put him in the shower, and I closed the toilet and I turned off our light that doesn't have any protectant. I didn't want him to get burned on the bulbs. And I kept the door closed. And when I went back to feed him the first time in 15 minutes, he was already out, and I had closed the glass door on the shower also. I put him back in the shower and closed the glass enclosure, and then I went out of the bathroom and I closed the door. And the next time I went in to feed him again in 15 minutes, he was out of the shower and back on the floor again. So I had a little shrub and a little vase on the vanity, so I just set him over there, and he looked like he was so happy. So every time I would come in, he would still be sitting on the little shrub. The last time when I took him out, I fed him really good before we went out. I fed him extra in that hour. And then we went out in the morning, and I took him out and I set him on my hummingbird feeder. And it was a drought, and it was so hot and dry. And so I got my water hose and I was just hand watering my shade bed all in the front yard and filled up my bird feeders. And my husband had walked over. He was going to check on him, and I was walking over to check on him also, and then our cat started walking. It was like the cat saw him, and I was like just panicking. So I had the water hose in my hand, and the cat went to running for the hummingbird, and I was spraying the cat, and the hummingbird just flew straight up in the air and just went way up in the canopy of the tree. And I was so thankful that my husband and I got to see him fly up for the last time, because we had been tending to him for 4 or 5 days. Thanks so much for watching my videos. If you found it useful and would like to see more of my projects, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell to receive a notification of when I upload a new video. And please like each video, as this helps me so much. Thank you again, and have a blessed day.